Here we have a new 2023 Cadillac XT4 in the sport trim level. And this XT4 comes in stellar black metallic on jet black with cinnamon accented perforated leather interior. And then our powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, made it with a 9-speed automatic transmission. So coming around to the front end here, not a lot of changes. Well, not any changes really from 22. We have LED headlamps along with LED signature daytime running lights. And then you can see we have our front parking sensors there. Really love the sport grille, of course, that gloss black and how it goes with the emblem. And then coming down here to the wheels, we do get these 20-inch aluminum wheels, which always look really good on this car. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then we have power door lock controls, memory seat function. And then we have a driver and front passenger one-touch auto up and down. So I like that. And then power folding mirrors with blind spot monitors. And power mirror controls there, excuse me. Then we can lock the windows there. And then here we have our power lift gate, so we can set it to max 3/4 or turn it off. And then to open and close it, we just hit that middle button. And then over here we have our electronic parking brake, so you can just press that to engage and then push the brake and then press it again to disengage. Heads up display controls there. We get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And there is our 8-way power driver seat with lumbar support and massage function. That's part of our comfort and convenience package. And before we look at the back seat, we're gonna take a look at all that comes on this particular XT4. And here are all the options here. So this is how I would get mine option personally. It has the technology package. I mean, you get your wireless phone charging, heads-up display, Bose, anything you could want. The only thing this doesn't have is a sunroof, but honestly, I wouldn't miss it on this. But I have the seat in front adjusted for someone of my size. And then let's just take a look at this room here. So I'm 6'3", and I have the seat in front of me, like I said, adjust for someone of my size. And that's my leg room. So not the best. Your best option is gonna be scooting up if no one's up front or whatever, or someone shorter's on that side and sitting behind there. But I do have about 1 inch of headroom, so it's not too bad back here. And we do have pockets on both sides. And then there we have our rear AC vents. And then we have 2-stage, it is 3-stage heated seats for the outboard rear seats, and then a USB-C, USB-A charge port there. And folding down the center seat, cup holders. Nothing too crazy. I like that we do have our little grab bars on all 4 sides, and then LED dome lights there. But my knees are starting to hurt, so let's go ahead and check out the back. Ooh. Whew. Quite the squeeze. Now coming here to the back end of the XT4, we do have those signature Cadillac tail lights, dual exhaust, rear parking sensors. And there's our cargo space. So it's pretty good in terms of this being a smaller crossover. And we have a cover here if you want to keep stuff hidden. And it's pretty easy to just slide that out and remove it if you don't want it. And then for our fuel filler, of course, with it being a Cadillac, premium is recommended. for the 2-liter turbo. And then to fold down, if you need even more cargo space, you just want to have the second row folded down. Because the seats are so small or short, which I kind of like, it's easy to fold them down. And then you have all that space to run stuff through or whatever. And then to lock it back, just pull up. And then for our front passenger seat, I believe this is a 6-way. And then we have power lumbar, and we still have the massage function on this side too. So I really like that. But overall, a really good looking car. Well, let's go ahead and pop the hood, check out the engine bay. And there's that turbocharged 4-cylinder, mostly covered up. And now it's time we go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So one of my favorite things about the newer Cadillacs in general, especially this XT4, is this really thick, really nice feeling heated steering wheel here. Of course, wrapped in leather, but I love how the design changes on the sides. There's a really sporty look there. But over to the infotainment system, we do have the Cadillac Q. So AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And there's our navigation system there. So no Google Assistant in this one. You do have to pay, I think it's $1,500 to get the nav package with the Bose. And we do have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Dual zone automatic climate controls, which we can use either on the screen, which is pretty easy and intuitive, very fast. And then we have buttons down here. So you can toggle fan speed, temperature, and then where you want the air to go. And then below that, we have 3-stage heated cooled seat for the driver and front passenger, so you can toggle that there. And then our automatic park assist, parking sensors, lane keep assist. And then I really like this kind of hidden pocket here, so I can put change or whatever in here. And then I have an SD card reader for the nav, and then the USB-C, USB-A port if you want to charge your phones, and a 12-volt as well. And what I do is I run one of those converters or inverters, and you can kind of have a plug there. But really like how it's up and out of the way. Now for the 9-speed, we have our shifter where you push the button here, pull down for drive. You can tap down to manually shift, and then you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. You can just tap up for neutral and then hold the button, push all the way up for reverse, press P for park. So back up here to the screen, we have our backup camera there with a 360 view, and as you turn the steering wheel, the guidelines adjust for you. And I really like how, if you look at the 360, it kind of shows how you'll curve out the harder you turn the wheel. So that's really neat. Keep you from side swiping stuff. And then we have our front camera there. And then we have curbside view as well. So when we're in drive, we have that view. And in reverse, we have that one. So really like that. And then I like that we don't have that really annoying touchscreen volume that used to be up here. We just have the knob here. And then we have that kind of Mercedes, BMW, Audi scroll knob here, which I've said in other reviews, I actually like this better than any of the German brands. It's just really easy to use, nice and big, easy to scroll through, tap over. And then you even have your shortcuts here. So nav, audio, and then a back and a phone shortcut as well. And then we can toggle our drive mode. So we have 3 of those, Tour Sport, and then Snow and Ice. And then toggle our auto stop and traction control if you want to turn either one of those off for any reason. And then for our center console cubby space, decent size. We do have that wireless charging pad there, but it's a deep pocket there, and I really appreciate that, instead of it just kind of being unusable like a lot of smaller vehicles do. It's just kind of there to stuff with whatever. So there's a view of the back seat from up here. And we do have a universal home remote, dome lights there. You can put your sunglasses up there. And really love how they put this kind of trim here along with that cinnamon accent there. It looks really nice, really fancy without being over the top. And we have a lockable glove compartment down here with our Cadillac user manuals there. But going back to the steering wheel, we can toggle our cruise control here, set it, toggle it up, cancel, and then we have our forward collision alert, gap adjust there, that heated steering wheel toggle. Then we have voice recognition controls, and then this is also a mute button. And then to the right side, we have volume controls, up, down, and then we use the scroll bar and these arrows for our gauge cluster. And then we can actually use this to toggle our radio station favorites or trackless control. And then, like I said, paddle shifters on either side of the steering wheel. And there's a gauge cluster there. Push button start. And finally, well, before I go to the key fob, this rear camera mirror we can actually toggle on and off. And I really love the rear camera mirrors. Really good picture, nice and bright. But finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2023 Cadillac XT4 Sport out on the road for a quick test drive. So I love how peppy the 2-liter is. Especially in this kind of vehicle, it does feel quite fast, because it's not having to push a lot of weight as opposed to maybe an XT5 or an XT6. But the 2-liter turbo is just a good powertrain setup from GM anyways. That's why it's used in quite a lot of vehicles. So I'm gonna put it in a sport mode and try these paddle shifters out. Now, relatively responsive shifts, which I like. Coming down the interstate here, pretty smooth ride, and you can see the lane keep assist keeping me in the lines as it starts to get out. And it's actually very, very good. You still have that kind of ping pong effect, but it gets you before, like the older one I had in my Malibu Premier, it would like throw you the other direction. But this one just kind of slowly keeps you in the lines. I should say smoothly keeps you in the lines, which I really am impressed by. And the brake pedals feels really strong, but everything about this car just feels Cadillac. which you wouldn't expect. That a lot of brands kind of give you I guess a cheap rendition of whatever you're used to and then want to just put their brand on it. But this really does drive and feel like a Cadillac in terms of luxury. So I'm gonna put it back into tour mode now. And the crazy thing is, in tour mode, it still pulls. It's not like an eco mode at all. Just really love how fast this car feels. And then I don't know if you can see the heads-up display, really good picture. And I like that it's very visible, yet it doesn't get in the way of my line of sight. I can pretty much see through it, even though if I don't want to see through it, it's very easy to lock my eyes on it and still concentrate on the road. And then it also shows when a vehicle is getting close ahead of me, if I'm keeping that safe distance between myself and that vehicle. But just a really good driving experience here. The luxury is definitely here, and it should be for the price point of over $50,000. But this one in particular has every option you can imagine, from the massage seats to the heated, cooled seats. Just a really, really impressive build here. And I think the market for these, especially those that might be looking at a CR-V, they want something that drives like that, but maybe something that just feels more luxurious. Maybe even the same class as a Rogue Sport. Definitely a good option here. Maybe one of the better options in terms of luxury vehicles that are still small, sporty, easy to drive. But with all that being said, this is going to bring me to an end of my review of the new 2023 Cadillac XT4 Sport.